Street fight! You want a street fight at the Saturday Night Special tonight against me, Dan? Well, let me tell you something. There's not a damn thing that anybody in this building can do to stop me from gouging out one of your eyes, biting off your nose, tearing off your ears, or beating you half to death with anything that's not nailed down. And you want to worry about being in the Rumble? The Nightmare Rumble is irrelevant at this point. Because the only thing that's going to be left of you to be in the Rumble, Dan, is wherever I leave smeared on that canvas out there. I'm not a wrestler, but this isn't a wrestling match. It's a fight! And you of all people know, the only fair fight is a fight I win.
It's running through my veins. Underneath the neon lights, they all call my name. Welcome to the show. Do you really want to know? Take it all you're giving, and I'm never gonna go. Whoa, baby, welcome to the show.
We are in historic Davis Arena in Louisville, Kentucky for the first Ohio Valley Wrestling of a new year. We are on the cusp of the Saturday Night Special tonight in Louisville, Kentucky, January the 6th. And the locker room is amped and hungry to start 2018 on a high note.
Your first match is one fall with a 15-minute time limit. It is a last 10 match for the Nightmare Rumble. The winner of the match gets a last 10 spot in the Nightmare Rumble. Introducing first, Apollo. I don't care who comes out of that curtain. I don't care who I have to face. I'm gonna be one of the last 10 in. Now bring them out so I can teach them the business.
Now, last 10, ladies and gentlemen, means you are going to get one of the last 10 spots and the 30-man over-the-top rope Nightmare Rumble, one of the headlines from our Saturday Night Special.
Opponent is the Beast Unleashed! No!
Now, Zoe, whether he comes in the first 10, the second 10, or the last 10, has got to be considered a front runner. He's one of the most agile big men that OVW has ever seen, and he's sporting a new do.
Wow! Did someone eat Kofi Kingston?
A new year and a new hairstyle from the Juggernaut.
He may have a new look, but he is still the same big bad Zoe.
Zoe known for asking, what time is it? The question, will it be Zoe time at the Saturday Night Special in the Nightmare Rumble?
Did you just hear that? He just jumped off the second rope, and it sounded like we had a mini earthquake.
No, I didn't hear it. I felt it.
Wow.
Positioning matters most in the Rumble. The ladder your draw, the better your odds of winning. Isn't that right, Dr. McNaylor?
Well, the law of odds should have it in people's favor, but let's not forget, I mean, some of the earlier numbers still have had good opportunities. Now, you better have your cardio, though, if you're going to be in sooner than number 20.
We know that through contests at the end of the year, LJ drew number 1, Floyd is number 2, Dapper Dan earned a place in the final 5, and Randy Royal got that all-important number 30 spot. But everything else is open.
Yeah, Randall Royal sitting pretty in that 30 spot. Ted McNaylor, how do you prepare for a matchup like the Rumble?
I mean, it's hard to prepare when you have so many different bodies in there. I mean,
hold on now, shoulders are on the mat, and Apollo, the grizzled, bitter vet, is out in 2.
I mean, honestly, it's more about defense than it is offense. It's trying to survive through all 30 people in that ring.
I've once asked if there was anything that could put a smile on Apollo's face. He has a chip on his shoulder the size of a canyon. You think that winning the Nightmare Rumble would finally make Apollo happy?
It's a good question, but I'm sure he'd still find a reason to feel bitter about something.
As long as you have a bunch of greenhorns in the locker room, Apollo is never going to be happy. And by greenhorns, I mean anyone who's been wrestling less than 10 years.
Love the Rumble because you never know who's coming through the curtain. The story changes every 90 seconds. It's the night of returns. It's the night of debuts. It's the night of breakout moments. Guys, it is one of my most exciting nights OVW has each year.
Super exciting. I can't wait.
Right now, Zoe's in trouble. Looks like Apollo is going to get one of those final 10 spots.
I was trying to talk to Dean Hill earlier tonight, trying to get him to spill the beans on some of these surprises he has lined up. He was pretty excited about it, but he wouldn't tell me. Gilbert, I know he told you. Who's in it?
I do not know. Majority owner Dean Hill created this last 10 draw position match as a way to give all the locker room an even opportunity. Names were selected at random.
Yeah, but guys, right now Zoe is getting manhandled here by Apollo. How about this? Apollo with all kinds of power right now on a man who's known for his power.
Look, Apollo knows what's at stake. Big swing and a miss from Zoe here. Apollo knows what's at stake. He knows what it means to come in the final 10 of the Nightmare Rumble.
Apollo's a wily veteran. He knows what's up. I don't know if going blow to blow with Zoe is a good idea, though.
A series of right hands from Apollo. He comes in a head full of steam, but stopped dead in his tracks and put in perfect positioning for the Zoe bomb. The Juggernaut ascends the ropes and connects. And good night, Apollo.
The winner of the match, Zoe!
So, in the final 10 of the Nightmare Rumble, will he be the one standing tall at the end of it all? Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, going out to Zoe, who gets one of those last 10 spots in the Nightmare Rumble. Consider this your official welcome into Ohio Valley Wrestling as we press our way to the Saturday night special, January the 6th, tonight as you watch this in the Louisville market. In the next 60 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, we have another last 10 random draw match scheduled for you. But we already know who's number 2 in the Rumble, right?
Absolutely.
It's our television champion, Randall Floyd. Well, Randall, because he knows his position, has scheduled some kind of Randall Rumble. Do you know what that's about, Dr. Mambies?
He filled me in a little bit. You're going to have to wait for the details, but our TV champion, Randall Floyd, has a special surprise tonight. He's going to show why he's going to win the Nightmare Rumble.
Speaking of plot twists, ladies and gentlemen, DL3, the leader of the Entourage, is promising a plot twist, a dramatic interpretation, he says.
I've never seen DL3 this upset. Now, I'm not sure if it's genuine, but he told me he's got something to say tonight. He's got an issue he wants to address.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have a main event with Saturday night special implications written all over it. OVW heavyweight champion Michael Hayes will lead an 8-man tag into battle on his half. It will be Hayes, it will be Revolver, it will be DL3 and Colton Cage. On the other side of the ring, his challenger for the Saturday night special, #1 contender Houdini, Dapper Dan, Billy O, and Aloysius Hamilton. Now, Mike Lissette, I have something very important that Dean Hill asked me to tell you. You must stay at the commentary table. Tonight, you are a broadcaster and not a wrestler. If you get involved in that match, because we know where Revolver is, Shannon the Dude is, if you get involved in that match in any way, shape, or form, well, then Dean Hill's gonna cancel your Radio World Heavyweight title shot against the Dude at the Saturday night special.
So you're saying I can't touch him during that match?
I'm saying if you want that fight, you gotta stay at the booth during that match.
I think I can make this work.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, OVW is just getting started. Tweet your friends, call your family. We'll be right back.
Wrestling, a love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand. a brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connects emotionally for people everywhere. From counting the lights in your local armory to main eventing in Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, Japan. Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand.
You dream of winning championships and entertaining crowds in the world of professional wrestling? You want to be the best, you've got to be trained by the best. Ohio Valley Wrestling has been called the Harvard of pro wrestling. Be the next pro wrestling superstar. Apply at ovwrestling.com. Click on training. Begin living your dream today.
I hear what you're saying, but you're standing alone. Not with you and me here, this place is gonna explode. Saturday night, you bet there's gonna be a fight. Under the lights, gonna be ready to fight on Saturday night.
Welcome back to Davis Arena. DL3 and the entourage. Jay Lee on the way to the ring. DL3, Dr. Ted McNaylor said he's got an issue that he needs to address. He was pretty adamant he needed to have this talked about right here, right now.
Well, you know everyone in Hollywood is watching. Leo's watching. De Niro's watching. You name it, they're watching tonight. The ratings are through
David
the roof.
Lee Laurence III, you've promised some kind of plot twist tonight, a dramatic interpretation. What's this all about?
Unfortunately, I have to share a major tragedy with these people. A tragedy bigger than we've ever seen before. A bigger tragedy than when Luke lost his hand, when the dinosaurs broke out of Jurassic Park, and even when Rocky lost. But no one knows tragedy better than D. Hill, my co-host. So bring him on out.
Your co-host?
It's TV, baby. It's my co-host.
Is he calling for the majority
All right,
owner?
ladies and gentlemen, how about our majority owner, Dean Hill?
Well, ask and you shall receive. Here comes the man that DL3 wanted. Do you think he's legitimately upset?
Well, you know, I saw real tears in his eyes, Mike. I have to assume that was real.
Uh-huh.
Then again, he is a great actor after all.
Oh, I've called you a lot of things, Dean. DL3's co-host, never one of them. Do you know what this is all about?
Yeah, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. Look, I know what it's about. He's been clamoring about it. He's been on social media all week talking about it. It directly involves the Bad Boys Club and the situation with the tag team titles. I understand it. I know that Randy Royal is here. He's he might as well be here to see and be told what's going on. So, Randy, I know you're in the back. If you'd be so kind as to join us in the ring.
Well, Dean Hill seems pretty shaken up himself.
I wonder what could be going on. Here's, I guess, half of the Bad Boys Club, Randy Royal, conspicuous by his absence, so is his tag team partner and one half of the tag team champions, Shane Andrews.
And I was going to say, Randy Royal has both belts in his hand. I wonder if that's what this is about.
All right, Dean, if you're the co-host of maybe the Bad Boys Club, Randy Royal, that you're the...
No. We're not going to waste time, you see. This is about Shane Andrews not doing what he's contractually obligated to do. If he's not on set, he doesn't get that title. Plain and clear. You tell him, Dean. This is your line. This is your time.
Calm down, Quentin Tarantino. I gotta speak to you in your own language. Cut. All right? Look, Randy, we know there's been some issues with Shane. We don't want to go into that. It's no one else's business. But he has, in fact, missed a few things that he was supposed to be at. There's a time that ticks on that, and there's only so much leniency I have. And it ends at the Saturday Night Special. You're going to have to defend those titles, and I know that he can't be here. I don't want to put you in a position where it may injure you for your future. I'm worried about your career in professional wrestling. The only option you would have would be perhaps to defend them titles in a handicap 2-on-1 situation.
Whoa! Not a good spot.
Perhaps that's the plot twist that you were alluding to, DL3.
One thing's for damn sure, this old boy ain't scared of any of y'all. So if it's a handicap match that's got to happen, it's going to be a handicap match that happens for me to hold on to these tag titles, Dean, if that's what it takes. I can find another partner, even if we can make that work, Dean.
No. It says Bad Boys Club. Nobody else. If you can't find somebody else, it's a handicap match. Plain and clear.
Wait a minute. Exactly what you just said. It says Bad Boys Club. I'm a member of the Bad Boys Club. I'll step in and I'll defend the tag titles.
No. You see, it says Bad Boys, not Bad Girls. And I wouldn't even cast you as...
Shut up, boy. Listen, I'm not going to let that happen. Jesse, no. I'm not going to let you do that.
I ain't gonna let you tell me what I can do and can't do. And as far as being an extra...
Cut!
Oh! We need the stunt double.
Calm down. This doesn't happen until Dean Hill says it happens. So, I'll tell you what. You sure? Act 3, Scene 2, Dean Hill's Law says, I'm okay with this. They, the Boys and Girls Club, will defend against the Bro Gods at the Saturday Night Special. Hey, George Lucas, in scene.
Whoa! Well, they better have a new hope come tonight at the special if they want to win those tag team titles.
It'll be the Bro Gods versus the Bad Boys and Girls Club this Saturday tonight at the Saturday Night Special.
I can't believe it.
For once, I agree with DL3. That was a plot twist.
Baby girl, I got some sick news for you.
You know I got that good news.
Oh, wait, you got big news too? All right, same time. Ready? Top 10 draw! Boy, that's what I'm talking about, baby girl, yeah!
We wrestle each other, man.
Wait. We wrestle each other?
We wrestle each other.
We wrestle each other! Yeah, it's gonna be sick, dude, yeah!
But you know I'm a window.
I'm gonna win, let's be real, come on now.
Look at this face, I'm gonna win.
Oh yeah, that's a tough guy face, but look at these pipes, baby girl. Come on now, win a soldier for nothing, you know what I'm saying?
Those are some nice pipes, but look at this.
I mean, you flip the pipes though, you know what I'm talking about?
Hey, best man win.
Best man out there, baby. Let's kill it. That's what I'm talking about.
I hear what you're saying, but you're standing alone. Now with you and me here, this place is gonna explode. Saturday night, you bet there's gonna be a fight. Under the lights, gonna be ready to fight on Saturday night. Welcome to the show. Do you really want to know? Taking all you're giving and I'm never gonna go. Whoa, baby, welcome to the show.
You dream of winning championships and entertaining crowds in the world of professional wrestling? You want to be the best, you've got to be trained by the best. Ohio Valley Wrestling has been called the Harvard of pro wrestling. Be the next pro wrestling superstar. Apply at ovwrestling.com. Click on training, begin living your dream today.
Your next match is a last 10 draw match for the Nightmare Rumble, where the winner of the match will get a last 10 spot in the Nightmare Rumble. Introducing first is the Winter Soldier, Adam Slade!
Majority owner Dean Hill putting together a series of randomly drawn last 10 competitions where the winner gets one of the final spots in the Nightmare Rumble. And we know that positioning in that kind of match matters. So, now, wow, look at this.
And his opponent, Kevin Giza!
I mentioned how these positions were randomly drawn and randomly put together, and we have Giza and Slade, who are tag partners in the top guys, now competing for the best spot in the Nightmare Rumble.
Wow. Tag team partners against each other, all in the spirit of competition. That's what this is about.
Yeah, but competition breeds contempt, Mike Lissette.
Absolutely. You know, I'm surprised they're actually having a wrestling match and not an entrance off to see who gets the last 10 in spot here.
If you ask me, this is a precursor to the Saturday Night Special, the Nightmare Rumble, because we know in that contest, when it's over the top rope and both feet hit the floor, the one standing tall at the end of it all is the winner. And it's every man for themselves.
And that's what we're seeing right here, right now.
Absolutely. I mean, there's been quite a few Nightmare Rumbles where even Adam Revolver and I, you know, best of friends, had it out for each other.
Well, you and Revolver have a tenuous relationship, to say the least. Sometimes friends, sometimes frenemies.
When you guys know you're going to face each other, do you set down ground rules? Do you talk about, hey, no hitting in the face? Is that you kind of set these parameters?
There's no ground rules in the Rumble. It's every man for himself, and the
talking about
best
this kind
man
of
wins.
match right now.
There's no ground rules in a one-on-one competition when you're trying to get one of the coveted ladder spots in the Nightmare Rumble.
Look at that right there. Showing
Again,
sportsmanship.
we know that LJ has drawn number 1. Floyd will be number 2. Dapper Dan's earned a place in the final 5. Randy Royal, I should say, will be all-important number 30. Earlier tonight, Zoe got into the final 10. These two are literally jockeying for position.
They're literally jockeys?
Jockeying.
Oh, I thought it was about to be the Kentucky Derby. It's a little early there, Gilbert.
Yeah, that's the first Saturday in May. This is the first Saturday in January coming up tonight.
And the locker room is full of hungry young superstars who want to start 2018 on a high note. They have their chance at the Saturday Night Special. Cover here. Giza's in trouble, but Slade can only find 2. Now, Mambies, you can weigh into what it's like to face your tag team partner, because that's the guy who knows you best.
Very true, and you know, I've obviously, you know, bested Adam many times back in my heyday, but
Giza's in trouble.
yeah, if you have to look out for anyone, you're not looking out for the people that's your enemy. You're looking out for the people that know you the best, that know your every move and know what you're thinking before you're thinking it.
So when you wrestle your tag team partner, are you wrestling to your strengths or to what you know your partner's weaknesses may be?
Well, Gilbert, if I told you that, I'd be giving away all the secrets now. You know,
You're a broadcaster now. You can give it up, your trade secret.
well, very true, but Adam might be back there. Some other guys that I have vested interest in, you know, Michael Hayes and other great competitors in OVW. I want to make sure they keep their advantage.
You know that the Nightmare Rumble's a night of returns, of debuts, and breakout moments. Are you feeling froggy? You gonna leap from the broadcast booth?
Only froggy I might be is eating some frog legs that night, Gilbert. I am retired, but I can't wait to see what surprises are in store.
Flurry of offense from Giza, and he's 2.5. Just a half second away from claiming a position in the final 10. Disbelief written all over the face of Kevin Giza. And again, if you're Giza and Slade, how do you remain friends after this? How do you go into the Nightmare Rumble and not wish ill will for the other? Somebody's going to lose this, bottom line, and somebody's not going to be happy about it. That's what I'm trying to say here, guys.
Well, even worse than that, I mean, the fact that these two know each other, I mean, they're wearing each other down. Will either of them be in 100% shape going into the Nightmare Rumble?
Yeah, what are they going to have left for tonight? That's a good question.
Speaking of tonight, ladies and gentlemen, our main event, an 8-man tag team match. Michael Hayes, OVW Heavyweight Champion, leading Revolver, DL3, and Colton Cage into battle against his #1 contender in Houdini, Dapper Dan, Billy O, and Aloysius Hamilton, and another series of near falls.
Both men getting closer and closer. They know each other so well. They know each other's tricks. Here's another roll-up.
Giza's shoulders are on the mat. It's teeter-tottered and seesawed back and forth. 1, 2, 3.
The winner of the match, Kevin Giza!
That's a case right there where you know the other guy what he's thinking. Kevin Giza outsmarting Adam Slade. And what's Adam Slade thinking?
Slade's thinking he's watching his partner get a prime position in the Nightmare Rumble. Can Giza capitalize? Will he be the one standing tall at the end of it all? We're gonna find out at the Saturday Night Special.
Wrestling, a love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand, a brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. From counting the lights in your local armory to main eventing in Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, Japan. Collar and elbow, the wrestling brand.
I hear what you're saying, but you're standing alone. Now with you and me here, this place is gonna explode. Saturday night, you bet there's gonna be a fight. Under the lights, gonna be ready to fight on Saturday night. Welcome to the show. Do you really wanna know? Taking all you're giving and I'm never gonna go. Whoa, baby, welcome to the show.
You dream of winning championships and entertaining crowds in the world of professional wrestling? You want to be the best? You've got to be trained by the best. Ohio Valley Wrestling has been called the Harvard of pro wrestling. Be the next pro wrestling superstar. Apply at ovwrestling.com. Click on training. Begin living your dream today.
Well, here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, the OVW television champion who is drawn number 2 in the Nightmare Rumble. But tonight, Randall Floyd has promised a Randall Rumble? Let's let the champ tell us what that's all about.
Cut the music! So as many of you know, shut up!
Whoa.
Like I was saying, as many of you know, Dean Hill has pitted me into this Nightmare Rumble as the second entrant. You know, I was real upset about it last week. I was real upset, but I've had the entire week to kind of think about it. I've had the entire week to think about it. And I think that this gives me the opportunity to do something I've wanted to do since I got here, not just win a championship, but slap the absolute hell out of everybody in that locker room. So as the second entrant into the Battle Royal, I get to start off with the River City Rat Logan James, who will be the first one to be dismembered inside this ring. Starting with him and then one by one, baby, taking each and every competitor. Shut up! Taking each and every competitor out. But like they said before, I do have a little surprise for you guys. I want to give you just a little bit of a taste of what I'm going to do this Saturday at the Saturday Night Special. So I'm going to have a few opponents come out to give me their best shot. So go ahead and bring them out. Let's get this thing started. Your next match is a 3-man gauntlet match with over-the-top roll rules. Introducing first, the Boy Wonder, Sam Thompson.
Thompson not even waiting for the bell. The young man in back that they call Ducky and Boy Wonder. So am I to get this straight? Has Randall Floyd set up a gauntlet-type match for himself?
It appears that way because he is a champion's champion there, Gilbert. He's proving why he is going to win the Nightmare Rumble here tonight at the Saturday Night Special.
Oh, he's trying to say that being the number 2 entrant doesn't faze him, but Gilbert, this is a case where confidence borderlines on arrogance and crosses over deep into the threshold. I think this is going to be his downfall.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, if this is a Randall Rumble, it's not a pinfall or submission, it's over the top rope to be eliminated?
I'd have to assume so. It's Rumble rules. And we're going to see exactly what these men are made of.
Right now, Sam Thompson is getting his brain rumbled by the Real Deal.
Oh, there goes the Boy Wonder.
Sam Thompson has been eliminated.
Who's next in this Rumble?
The next participant, William Lutz.
I'm not taking anything away from the television champion. I'm just noticing here that the kind of competitor that he's got in this gauntlet Randall Royal style warm-up, far different than Randy Royal, who he knows number 30, Zoe, who he knows in the final 10, Kevin Giza, who he knows in the final 10, and LJ, who will meet Randall Floyd as number 1 in the Nightmare Rumble.
You're exactly right. He's given these young, hungry talents who haven't had many opportunities, he knows these guys are ferocious and they're going to give him the best competition. And that's why he wants to face him tonight, Gilbert.
The Real Deal trying to make a real impact here in Ohio Valley Wrestling after a 95-5 collegiate wrestling career.
Floyd just, oh my goodness, treating him like a rag doll.
And an Olympic-style slam has created a real problem
There's 2
for Willie Lutz.
William Lutz has been eliminated.
How many people are in the Randall Rumble?
I hope everybody's in it. Throw everybody over the top.
Now wait a minute.
The third and final participant, Livewire KTD.
Now this could get interesting. These 2 men fought about a month ago when KTD took Floyd to the limit.
Yeah. KTD has a mixed martial arts background and has brought that diversified offensive style into the squared circle.
Well, those are closed fists. That's not legal in the world of professional wrestling, Gilbert.
Oh.
But maybe it's legal in a Randall Rumble.
Look at KTD. You know, I have it on good authority. He once shook Brock Lesnar's hand, and I have to assume he gained some of his powers via osmosis. Look at that.
Manbeast, what do you think about those concentrated kicks?
Very educated feet.
Oh!
But not as educated as that clothesline from Randall Floyd.
One may say that that's smarts.
Oh, my.
Well, if nothing else, ladies and gentlemen, whether you appreciate the caliber of competition that Randall Floyd has selected for himself, this is an endurance test, which he will need if he's going to go from the number 2 position all the way to winning the 30-man over-the-top rope Rumble at the Saturday Night Special.
Absolutely. I mean, you gotta remember, you're gonna have to face a lot more than that to win the match.
Yeah, but this is very interesting. Randall Floyd, we know about his wrestling background, but he appears at times in this match to be bothered by the MMA style that KTD brings to the ring.
Another difference in the Randall Rumble and the Nightmare Rumble is every 90 seconds the scenario changes. It's a night of returns, it's a night of debuts, it's a night of breakthrough and breakout moments. Moments that Randall Floyd cannot handpick for himself.
You're right. He's going to have to face people that maybe aren't as hungry for an opportunity.
Hold on here.
Yeah, got him in a hold, putting all that pressure on the neck.
Again, we talked about KTD's diversified offensive background, putting on a submission lock. But Floyd just powers out.
And there's 3.
Of the match and the gauntlet, Randall Floyd.
If nothing else, the television champion sent a message. Oh. Talk about sending messages. Here's number one, LJ. These two men will start the Nightmare Rumble January 6th at the Saturday Night Special, and there is certainly no love lost between LJ and Randall Floyd. And as that happens at the Saturday Night Special, then Floyd's got a real problem. The River City Dragon is looking for a breakout moment to start 2018. Will it happen at the Nightmare Rumble? Could Logan James be the one standing tall at the end of it all? There's only one way for you to see it, ladies and gentlemen, live and in person at the Saturday Night Special.
I hear what you're saying, but you're standing alone. Not with you and me here, this place is gonna explode. Saturday night, you bet there's gonna be a fight. Under the lights, gonna be ready to fight on Saturday night. Welcome to the show. Do you really want to know? Taking all you're giving and I'm never gonna go. Whoa, baby, welcome to the show.
Well, you've heard the excitement building all night, ladies and gentlemen. The Nightmare Rumble, January the 6th. This Saturday night, as you watch this in the Louisville market, right here in Davis Arena. Doors open 6:30, bell time 7:30, 4400 Shepherdsville Road. All right, guys, I'm going to put you on the spot. Who's your pick? Who's going to win the Rumble?
Adam Revolver wins.
What about you, Mike Lissette?
Randy Royal, that number 30 spot, you can't go against that.
We're going to find out this Saturday night. Also, ladies and gentlemen, a street fight between Dapper Dan and Josh Ashcraft. The legacy of brutality has imploded.
It is going to be insane. That ring is not going to be able to contain him.
Also just signed for the OVW Women's Championship, Jay Lee defending against Tori Payne.
I cannot wait for that one. Tori Payne is angry and she wants a piece of Jay Lee.
And for the Southern Tag Team titles, the Bad Boys Club, or should I call it the Boys and Girls Club, because Jesse Bell will stand by Randy Royal facing the production team of Colton Cage and Dustin Jackson.
Well, Jessie Bell has shown she's not afraid to punch a man in the face, and the production team better make sure they don't lose any more teeth.
And Lissette, the one you're waiting for, the OVW Radio World Heavyweight Championship match. You get your shot at Shannon the Dude.
Well, Gilbert, you know how I make a living making the news. Well, this Saturday, I'm going to be the news when I beat Shannon the Dude, when my hand's in the middle of the ring raised high as the new Radio Heavyweight Champion.
Hey, just don't forget that clause that majority owner Dean Hill put on you for our main event tonight. You got to stay at that broadcast booth. And speaking of the main event from the Saturday Night Special, Houdini versus Hayes. He's the ultimate underdog, but could the lightest man on the roster become the heavyweight champion at the Saturday Night Special?
Yeah, he's the underdog, all right. And tonight's SNS, that underdog is going to get put down.
It's going to be a big fight night, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you at the Saturday Night Special.
Your next match is your main event for the evening in an 8-man tag. One fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, the team of DL3, Colton Cage, Adam Revolver, and the OVW Heavyweight Champion, Michael Hayes.
That was my water. Captain Chaos leading a grab bag of soldiers into battle here as we press our way to the Saturday Night Special.
And their opponents the team of Aloysius Hamilton, Billy O, Dapper Dan, and the #1 contender for the heavyweight championship, Houdini!
No doubt about it, Houdini is the underdog with the title on the line in the Saturday Night Special. January the 6th will be the biggest night of his young life. But I gotta wonder if the underdog, Houdini, this little magician, has enough tricks up his sleeve to get the job done.
Well, I'm feeling his last trick is going to be the best one yet when he disappears after the special.
Gilbert, Houdini is sort of like the Cleveland Browns. If the Cleveland Browns somehow won every game, he trails the entire game, and yet in the fourth quarter, Houdini somehow finds a way to win. How could you not like that guy?
Remember, it only takes 3 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. In football, they call it any given Sunday, but in wrestling, it could happen any given night. Let's look back over the last several weeks. Houdini won a Fatal 4-Way match. Houdini defeated Shotgun Tony Gunn, one of the best wrestlers here. Houdini defeated Adam Revolver, a Triple Crown champion. Now, I know that he's the smallest guy on the roster. I know, but what he lacks in size, he makes up for in heart. He can take a beating, survive, and be at the right place at the right time to get the 1, 2, 3.
Look at the power of Dapper Dan just throwing Adam Revolver around. And Adam, by the way, don't you think I've forgotten about that chair shot to my back last week?
I guess what I'm saying is I get it. I understand. It's hard to hope, but I believe in Houdini. I believe that a miracle will happen at the Saturday Night Special, and I believe in magic and that this kid is going to be the OVW heavyweight champion after the Saturday Night Special. Mark my words, I'm putting on the record right now.
You can believe whatever you want to, Gilbert. You can wish upon a star, but Jiminy Cricket isn't going to be there, and Houdini's not going to win the match.
What are they doing?
The Star with the countdown to his lockup here. Grinding now is DL3. On Billy O with a clothesline with authority. Both Billy O and DL3 will be involved in the Nightmare Rumble, that 30-man over-the-top rope, every man for himself saga. The one standing tall at the end of it all is the new #1 contender to face whomever the champion is after the Saturday Night Special.
And you know the champion's going to be Michael Hayes. Let's just call it like we see it. You know who's going to win. It's a foregone conclusion.
Now, why do you say that? It could easily be Houdini. The run he's been on, we just talked about it. Here's a cover.
Shoulders on the mat here. DL3's in trouble.
You underestimate him. That's the thing that's going against Michael Hayes. You underestimate Houdini, you pay the price.
Well, I'm going to underestimate you in that radio championship against Shannon the Dude. I think you're going to pay the price, though, for opening your mouth against the champion, heavyweight radio champion.
You know, don't sleep on me either. I've been in the gym. I've been hitting the weights hard. I've never trained this hard for anything in my life. I want a piece of Shannon. I'm going to surprise you, Ted McNailer.
It's going to be a sold-out night, ladies and gentlemen, at the Saturday Night Special. Get here early. Hold on. Colton Cage is out in 2. Am I correct in understanding your parents are coming, Mike Lissette?
Yes, from Miami.
From across
and my
the
in-laws.
country?
Yes, my in-laws, my chiropractor's coming, my dry cleaning is coming. They all want to see this.
Did you just say your chiropractor's coming?
Yes, he is.
What about your physical therapist?
I don't have a physical therapist.
Well, you're going to have to meet. I'll introduce you to a good one because your back's going to be broken afterwards, Mike.
Look at the fire here from the #1 contender. Look at Houdini.
He won't go down.
The magician's trying to gather steam here.
Oh, went down there.
He got a first-class ticket straight down to the mat.
We got to take our last television timeout, ladies and gentlemen. OVW continues.
I hear what you're saying, but you're standing alone. Not with you and me here, this place is gonna explode. Saturday
back here in Davis Arena, 4400 Shepherdsville Road. During the break, ladies and gentlemen, Hayes and his allies have been picking apart Houdini, the #1 contender for the Saturday Night Special.
And it's been great. And on top of that, hold on, Mike, did you just see Shannon, the dude? He mouthed off to you. Go over there and punch him. Go punch him right now.
Sit down, sit down.
I can't do it. If I do, my match is off. Just give me time. Let me think about this.
Your moment is coming, Lisette. It's going to happen January 6th, later tonight at the Saturday Night Special. But I got Houdini with the wherewithal to know where he's at inside the ring at all times.
And right now the champion dominating on the #1 contender, and here comes one of my favorite people.
Sarcastic much?
That was sarcastic. You better believe it.
Well, here comes Dr. McNailor's pick to win the Nightmare Rumble. Get out of here, Shannon the dude.
I can't touch him.
The dude at the broadcast booth taunting Mike Lisette as his guy punishes Houdini. Fisherman suplex, perfectly executed, and you can't keep Houdini down.
He's a magician.
Are you starting to believe yet, McNailor?
Do I believe Adam Revolver's going to win the Rumble? Yes, I believe that, Gilbert.
These guys have been picking Houdini apart, but the magician just doesn't give up. He stays in the fight. That's respectable. That's commendable. That's why all these fans in Davis Arena, the OVW faithful, are starting to rally behind Houdini. They're hoping, they're praying, they're believing that January the 6th, when he has the biggest match of his life, that there will be magic in the air.
And it's absolutely disgusting that Michael Hayes has been mocking that rallying cry of Houdini. This young man has put together such an incredible run. It's so commendable. The heart, the guts, the fortitude that he has to stay with it.
Houdini wouldn't even be the #1 contender, first of all, if it wasn't for Michael Hayes.
And I hope that outside interference in the Fatal 4-Way match is the biggest mistake of Hayes' life.
Oh, look at this.
Like a mauling.
Dapper Dan sent to the corner. Look at Houdini here.
Yes, look at this. A guy who was just being pummeled by 4 others is still somehow, someway trying to get out.
Gilbert, as long as he's got a heartbeat, as long as he's got a pulse, you better believe that Houdini is going to give it every last ounce of energy that he has.
I believe that, Mike Lisette, but I also know that Michael Hayes is the kind of guy who would reach down Houdini's throat and rip out his heart.
Oh, my goodness. The knees right to the face.
And DL3's the kind of guy who will just shove both his patellas into your mandible bone.
But once again, Houdini's on his feet, swinging for the fences.
And once again, Houdini is on his back, and he doesn't know what time it is.
It's time for the champion. Big scoop slam there by Michael Hayes.
I do have a sickening feeling starting to emerge in my stomach here. Houdini needs to make a tag here in the worst way, guys.
Gilbert, look at him work to his feet. That takes a lot of energy. That takes a lot of heart.
He's being softened up. He's being worked over so that he could come in less than his best for the biggest match of his life.
That's got to be it. I can't imagine him
At
kicking
some
out.
point in time, again, Houdini kicks out. I was starting to say, at some point in time, enough is enough. And Houdini's got to realize that he's got a heavyweight title match coming at the Saturday Night Special. Stay down, kid. Stay down. There's a bigger fight to be had.
For once, I agree with you, Gilbert. It's not a smart move by Houdini, who has an opportunity in air quotes. I mean, we know he's not going to win, but he still has the match, and I agree. He should have stayed down.
Yeah, but that's not the kind of guy that Houdini is. Houdini is a guy that keeps fighting. Houdini is a guy that fights until he has nothing left.
Oh, you can't fight sleep, or can you? Adam Revolver's like human Ambien, and it still didn't keep Houdini down.
Oh!
Colton Cage just using his size advantage to put Houdini back on the opposite sides of enemy lines. The leader of the entourage.
Gilbert, I gotta say something though. Earlier this match, it looked like this team that was beating up on Houdini, they were having fun, but there's been a little bit of frustration set in right now. They're starting to realize they can't put this guy away.
Go Houdini, go Houdini, go! Houdini, he went for the cover, and he should have gone for the tag, in my opinion.
You see, but they're taking him seriously. They knew they had to break up that pin because they knew Houdini could win this match.
Houdini is a half a ring away. He is scratching, he is crawling, but he's been punished for so long, he doesn't even know where his partners are. Roll up, Colton Cage, shoulders on the mat.
No!
Houdini's done it, and he's done it by himself.
The winner of the match, the team of Dapper Dan, Billy O, Aloysius Hamilton, and Houdini!
3.1 seconds! 3.1 seconds! That's all it takes! And Houdini did it! Houdini did it by himself! That could happen at the Saturday Night Special! Come on, McNaylor, you don't believe yet?
Whoa! Uh-oh, the circus is about to explode!
Oh my! Ashcraft with a chair on Dapper Dan. These two are in a street fight at the Saturday Night Special. Ashcraft just made the first strike. He laid in a lick trying to soften up Dapper Dan.
I don't think Stefan's going to be able to break this up by himself. He's trying to get some order in here.
And what's Dimes doing now? The camera guy from the entourage?
What's Stefan doing? He's a referee.
Is Stefan in the Rumble?
Well, he might be putting his butt in the hat.
Stefan using his glutamus for the Maximus. And an old throw shows up again.
No love lost between those two. That's for sure. Hold on, these two were going at it earlier.
Pick it up where they left off. Zoe's in the final 10 of the Nightmare Rumble thanks to his victory over Apollo. Here comes the Void. And Satan's favorite sinner, Amon.
This is chaos.
LJ, the River City Dragon, #1 in the Nightmare Rumble, comes in clearing house, even odds. Like a one-man wrecking machine is Logan James, and if he's #1, the real deal's #2. These guys are going to do whatever it takes to eliminate each other in the Nightmare Rumble.
I don't think we have enough superstars left in the back to break this up.
There's one more. Here comes #30, Randall Floyd. He calls himself an old dog. Others call him a veteran. At the Saturday Night Special, he's got the best position in the Nightmare Rumble. Could he use it to punch his ticket to #1 contendership?
Whoa!
Top guys!
He's and Slade just brought out the whole locker room!
This is crazy. Hey, Gilbert, this is the end of the match, right?
Hey, I've been ringing the bell till I'm blue in the face. The match is over, Lisette.
Excuse me.
We've lost all control. Hold on. Lisette's going after the dude. This is a melee. This is chaos as we head into the Saturday Night Special. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you at the Nightmare Rumble.